Hey Nicole, I'm extremely limited on how much I can upload, so I'm just going to blow through these notes, and if you have any questions, just let me know. To start out with, right at the beginning, I wanted to talk about the dissipation of energy at this point right here. When she hits the ground, you're doing a good job of squashing her legs up and everything, but I feel like the energy that's coming into the shot feels like so much more that she should either roll up over her shoulders, and I apologize, I don't have anything to draw over your frames here, but she should either roll up over her shoulders so that her hips come even higher up over her head and she forms sort of a C shape this way, or a little bit simpler, just have her land a little bit more this way, so land a little bit further back like here, and then slide the rest of the way into the shot, so that that energy dies off a little bit. And the same is true for the hands. I feel like the hands are kind of hitting the ground and then just stopping, where I think you'll want them to kind of hit the ground and slide a little bit, you know, palm side up, just to kind of get rid of some of that energy as they're coming in. They just feel very stiff right now. Now that'll also kind of get rid of this just straight arm shape you have going on right now. Just bend that arm a little bit, and have that energy just carry through an arm. I feel like you're taking too long looking at her foot right here. She looks at it, and then suddenly she's surprised by it, and I think the idea is like, oh, I'm free, oh, yay. But my problem with that is that she seems to be, like, it seems like the purpose of her considering her free foot is that it's free. So when she lifts it up, it seems like that's already on her mind, like, oh, I'm free. Oh, I'm free. I feel like the idea gets hit around twice. Two different ideas I have for how you might handle this. One is to just simply cut out frames 105 to 143 so that it looks a bit more like this. So she just goes, oh, I'm free. Or, and I kind of like this idea better, have her looking at her lower leg and maybe bend her leg a little bit more so that she's considering her whole leg, and maybe she's just kind of checking herself over to see if she's hurt at all. And then have her, you know, right here, she lifts her toe up and looks at her toe and then goes, oh, I'm free. I don't know if that really is, I don't know if I'm making sense on that, but my main point is, because she's already lifting up her foot, she feels like she understands that she's free. So a second take on understanding doesn't really seem necessary, unless you switch it around like I mentioned. I think you could simplify your stand-up. I mentioned before that it's mostly in polishing the curves that's going to help this. But I feel like there's some things you can do to simplify the stand-up to help it work a little better, and they're really simple things. For example, this knee wobble right here, I like it right there, but the beginning right there, I don't think the knee needs to come out like that. I think it could come out a little bit, but I wouldn't have it come any further than like there. So see how it's coming out of it? I'd have it come out like that far, but no further, because right now it just feels like the ankle becomes a bit broken and the shape becomes a little hard to read. I feel like having the knee turned in there helps to solidify the shape of her trying to, you know, put her weight into standing up. And then you can have the wobble as she lifts up her hands, because then she's trying to balance. Because right now she's not actually trying to balance, because she's still planted on the ground with her hands. Another thing, just in terms of a polish note, obviously you want to watch the fingers and make sure the fingers don't clip through the ground, and track the arc of these arms coming up, particularly the left arm that feels like it's stuck to the body. Have it drag a little bit behind. Yeah, I would also add 4 frames to around this area. when she's on balance here, I would add 4 frames and just kind of have her hold inside of this pose. And I mean, you can kind of, soften into and out of it, so it's not like you just need 4 of this exact frame. I just feel like when I added in 4 frames to that segment, and I feel like the timing feels a little better. So you can see right here, you can see that the balance, it feels like she has a little bit of time to feel off balance before she gets her weight again. So here's what it looked like before. And see how if you add in just a couple frames right there, it just adds a little bit more kind of balance and off weight, so that when she comes back over, it feels a little clearer.